having the most hilarious time. I was talking throughout the whole video, and I thought I was recording, and I wasn't recording. So the whole time I was just talking, and I wasn't capturing any of the thing I was saying. I was just talking about, I can't believe how much time I have spent talking about Hillary Clinton and Barack Obama when the most of the difference between them is over styles and not substance. I mean, earlier in the debate, you could actually see Dennis Kucinich and even Mike Gravel talking about issues like why is it okay to how the pretext of labeling the Iran Revolutionary Guard as terrorists is a bad example, and it's a pretext for future wars. And one of the things I found interesting was that there was never really a recognition that the war on Iraq was not only a politically wrong strategy. Not only did Bush carry it out badly, but the main point I have against the war is because the United States really has no authority to invade, and I thought the whole issue with preemptive strikes is what's wrong with it. And of course, I think all Democratic or all Republican presidential candidates will not say that this is wrong. They will say that, national security is the most important thing. If they get to make whatever decision they want to make, they'll invade whatever country they want to invade. And if it means preemptive strike, then it's okay. The issue is not about that. The issue is about, was it a wise military strategy? And I thought that was kind of sad, because I felt like there was only people like Dennis Kucinich and Mike Gravel that only talk about that kind of thing. And I don't know, Ron Paul maybe. But another thing interesting is that I thought Dennis Kucinich, in one of the debates, talked about contraceptive and how important it is to not only be pro-choice, but also to allow to have more sex education and to have contraceptive and Plan B and stuff like that, to make sure that that's my dog, to make sure that there are enough education for people so they don't get pregnant or they can make wise choices. And I thought that was really good. And it was really interesting that even though you have a woman candidate and a black person, a black member candidate, they don't really talk about the issue that really concerns women and concerns that really concern the black community. The only time I heard about Barack Obama saying anything about the black community is how African American men have to take more responsibility being the father and not leave their children behind. And that's the only thing I really mentioned him talking about. And I think one of the things minority candidates have to really be careful about is they have to avoid talking about issues that make them look like they're special interest candidates. And I think that's one of the reasons why Barack Obama gets the state of the Black Union Caucus or something like that, because he doesn't want to be seen as he's representing the black community. He wants to be seen as representing a national community. And I think that's one of the sad things, because it seems like if you're a woman, if you're a black candidate, if you're a minority candidate, you have to avoid talking about certain issues to make sure that you don't offend the majority of the people. And I think that's one of the other bullshit thing that presidential candidate has to go through. And that's kind of sad, because it shows that, people are still not very mature enough to handle the truth. And I feel like Democrats have a great chance to win the election because of Katrina and all the other stuff. I think people are finally sick of the direction and the issues that Republicans are talking about. And even though the Democrats haven't been really honest about changing the direction, I think there's a subtle kind of agreement that the Republicans have fucked it up so much that the Democrats will try to make it better, even though they haven't really apologized about how the war was silly legal and stuff like that.